Right, welcome back to yet another video from Bell, the UCAT, right, champions and doctors, or soon to be, should I rather say, soon to be doctors. Here we go again, countdown's already started, UCAT right round the corner for majority of us in UK. Right, keep on getting emails from people, I've hit a plateau, I'm not been able to get my scores up, instead of scores going up, scores are going down, right, firstly, well, if there's any consolation, it's very normal. It's part of the curve. Most of you are biology students here. You need to remember the curve of any biology of any skill goes this way, then plateaus. Most of the people, that's when they give up. It begins to dip down. You need to find out what causes the curve to go up. Identifying the limiting factors. That's the graph of biology. That's the graph of photosynthesis. The graph of enzyme activity. Look at anything. That's actually the graph of life, evolution. That means you need to figure out what is the limiting factor. Just remember one rule of life. Not only UCAT. If you want a different output, you need to change the input. Why have you hit a plateau? Why is your scores not pumping up? Because you keep trying. If you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you are getting. You need to change the input in order to get a different output, right? So figure out what is your limiting factor. One of the many limiting factors, irrespective of the subsection, is you're not reading it properly, buddy. Right? In order to read things properly, so how do we speed read? Right, okay. Now, firstly, you need to remember, we're not going to be geeks. We're not going to do GCSE or geeky way of tackling or problem solving. There are faster ways of doing it. I keep on emphasizing it is smart work. It is not hard work. I get emails, people saying, I've been trying hundreds and thousands of questions on Med entry. Why is my score not improving? Buddy, the problem is simple logic. You are lacking on the shortcuts, you're lacking on the techniques. There are numerous amount of shortcuts. If you've seen any of my previous videos, give any quant question, decision-making question, any verbal question, there's enormous amount of shortcuts. So that's what you need to focus on. Right, okay, so what we need to do is, first things foremost, the fundamental thing, apart from anything else, that has an emphasis is your ability to read, which is how do you read? There are multiple ways. If you've seen one of my videos previously, there's one concept called frame reading. I doubt if you have less than frame reading is one of the ways of how you should be reading it. You cannot undo the style of reading, or verbal reasoning particularly. You cannot undo, in matter of fact, 1 or 2 or 3 weeks. It requires, enormous amount of effort because you are undoing the neural networks, biology people. So frame reading is one. Google it. You'll find out what is frame reading is all about. That's how you should read. You should not literally be reading it. You should be glancing over it. Okay. Now, here we go. Now I am on to speed reading. Now, firstly, what is a strategy? Each and every subsection requires a different style of reading. Yes, you heard me right. Reading the question, for example, if I've got speed reading, right, how do I read the way I read a question on decision-making in itself involves four styles of question. Quantitative reasoning itself involves different types of question, SJT and verbal reasoning. Now, in quantum decision-making, this will be a multi-part video, so we are doing part 1. So you make sure you hang on to part 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I'll try to make all of them in which we go through how do I handle a question, how do I firstly read, forget about computing, forget about solving. First, you need to read the question. Many people end up wasting a lot of time. The biggest challenges people end up facing is rereading the question, rereading constantly. So, oh, wait a minute, I'm not getting it. Oh, that's why you end up saying, oh, I'm running out of time. I ran out of time. I could not hit all the 35 questions in decision. I could not hit 36 questions in quant. I could not hit all the 44 questions in verbal, and so on, and 69 in SJT. Rereading, right. Speed reading is the key. Right, okay, let's see. Now, decision making itself. This is part 1, so make sure I'll focus a little bit on decision making, on different styles of question. How do we read different styles of questions, right? If I'm looking at decision making, within decision making, you've got 4 or 5 styles of questions. So I've got syllogisms. Within syllogisms, there are 3 types of syllogisms. The first type of syllogism question is a very basic syllogism question: all, none, few, most, many, and so on, right? The second type of question is where it is just text-based, right, where he'll give you a passage and so on, where we need to use overlap skills of verbal reasoning. The third type of question is data-driven question, where lots of pie charts Pie charts, graphs, histograms could be given to us. Ready? Okay, so I'll pull up, we'll try to execute the different strategies. How do we go about doing it? You will see me how I do it. Ready? Okay, I'm on the UCAT website. I'm on this section, and which is just a decision-making practice question bank, syllogism questions. Righty, here we go. Now this is a basic syllogism question, hopefully. Right, it looks like a basic syllogism question. In this basic syllogism question, there are two ways of doing it. Ignore the third way. The foremost way of doing any basic syllogism question is using the concept of we don't do Venn diagram. Venn diagram is an absolute waste of time. Apologies, personal opinion, is lame. First way is tree diagram. Second way is just visualization. Right, mental visualization. When do I, most of the times, to that extent, 90% of the times, I will do tree diagrams, right? And the remainder 10% of the times, I will do visualization. I'll do that thing right in my head, absorbing information, recollecting information, right? Absorb. So I will use absorb, recollect information. Ready? Here we go now. There's the first type of question, agenda. Mixed gender score. All students must study at least 2 foreign languages. Right, okay. Mixed gender, males and females both involved. Paraphrasing. French, German, Spanish. No boy studies all the 3 languages. Ready? In this case, I'm not going to draw the tree diagram. I'll use visualization because there's only 2 bits of information to remember. Everybody studies at least 2, the boys and girls. No boys don't study 3. Ready? No girls study only French. Agreed. That is yes. Big fat yes. Why is it a yes? Because I know only French can't study 1. All the boys study 2 foreign languages. Answer is big fat yes. Again in this case, right? Because boys cannot do 3. Everybody has to do minimum 2, so there you go. More girls than boys. He's trying to quantify information. There are no quantification. There's no numbers given to us, no percentages, no proportion, no ratio given to us. So answer is no. More girls than boys. Again, he's trying to quantify. I don't know what's the proportion. So anytime you quantify, answer is no. Anytime there's lack of information, lack of conclusive evidence, you say no. Right, you should, I've done this in loads of my programs. 6 hours of content is just in my programs, or you watch previous videos, I've given you a sneak peek of how it works. Now, the next one here. At least one boy and at least one girl studied the same pair. Absolutely no clue whatsoever. So answer is yes, yes, triple no. So yes, yes, triple no. Easy. Did I use visualization? Simple, plain reading, absorbing information, visualization. So we've got yes, yes, and triple no. We are good. So we've got yes, yes, and triple no, triple no, triple no. We're good to go. Ready? Moving on. Fast. Right. Okay. That's an easy one. So did not require much. Now let's spin this one here. Moving on to my next question. In here, what we got? Right. All quarks. All quarks have either in here feathers or furs. So I've got quarks. They've got feather or furs, right? Okay, short lingo, which is shorthand, or not short lingo, shorthand, and are either tings or mers. There's different classification, arrow goes up. I've got tings or M, ready? Righty, okay, done here. Most tings, most means solid arrow. Most means a solid arrow, right? So have black fur. They have got black fur, F-U. Righty, okay. Most have this one. That means some with the dotted line, represent the dotted line, they will not have black fur. They will not have black fur. Ready? Okay, moving on. But all of the things, those who don't have black fur will have brown feathers. They will have brown feathers. Ready? Okay, here we go. That means even the M's would have brown feathers. I'm not trying to overload my brain with too much information. I just say M's and brown feathers. Ready? Okay, here we go. Done. All information done. So I've just done all of this. All black things have fur. Of course, yes. Anybody who's black, why is it black? Use biology knowledge again. Is black because of the fur. Ready? Okay, all black things have fur. Of course, yes. Ready? 100% yes answer. Right, okay. Any brown quark must be M. Any brown quark must be M. Nope. If somebody is brown, brown could be M or could also be a ting. Do we see that here now? Anytime there's 2 options, it says any brown quark must be M. No. M's are definitely brown, but they're also tings, or there are also other browns who are tings here now. So answer is no here. Hopefully that makes sense. Some M's with fur are colored black. Absolutely not. Because all the M's are brown. They don't even have this one. Ready? Okay, next. None of the quarks, none of the black quarks. Who's black here? There's only tings black. None of the black quarks have feathers. right? So I don't know. He's saying exclude. He's using a superlative. None of the, which is excluding word, none. I don't know. None of the black quarks. So there are black quarks, right? Have feathers. No conclusion. Lack of evidence. Why? Because I've only been told black ones are things. Some of the things who are black, or most of the things who are black fur, I don't know about them whether they have feathers or not. Ready? Most M's have feathers. Most M, again, he's trying to, in this case, he's trying to quantify the information. Sorry, none of the black, just read it. Right, so here we go. None of the black quarks have feathers, right? They all have furs, they all have furs, alrighty. So none of the blacks, so if this T is a black fur, none of them have feathers. Anybody who's black, they only have furs here now. More quarks have feathers than furs. Quantifying information, I don't know. He's not giving me any proportion. He's only told me most. Most quarks, I don't know what's the ratio of tings and mers, right? I don't know out of the tings how many of them, no, 50%, more than 50% of them are black. So I've got yes, no, no, yes, no. Ready? Easy. Right, let's see. So I've got yes, no, no, yes, no. We got it all right. Right, quickly as we can. Moving on to our next question here. Righty, okay, so what we got here now? In a car park, there are 50 vehicles, right, which are 30 van and so on half of the car parks. Right, okay, here we go. Half of the red and are vans. Righty, okay. So I've got cars. I'm not going to do tree diagram. Watch this. I'm going to do a two-way diagram here. Cars. So we've got we've got blue and red. Two-way diagram is what I'm trying to draw here now. Right, okay. Ready? Quickly. Oopsie. Right, okay. So this one here. How many are there altogether? There are 50 altogether. Right, of which 30 are cars. So what have we got? So there are 30 cars. That means 20 are vans. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right, so I've got 20 are vans. So all of them are 50 altogether, just that you know. Half of the cars are blue. So there are 15 blue. That means 15 red. And but none of the vehicles are, none of the red ones are vans. All right, all of them are blue. Ready? So do I have 35 here and do I have 15 here? Ready? Okay, here we go. Starting game on. Some of the vans are blue. Some of the vans are blue. Answer is no, because all the vans are blue. You hear the word some. No, answer is all the vans are blue here. Oopsie. All right, so here we go. So yes, answer in this case is a no. Well, some vans are blue. No, not some. Actually, all the vans are blue here. The only red vehicles are cars. Answer is yes. Do we see here? Only red vehicles are cars. Vans are not there altogether. All of the vans are blue or white. There's no mention of white. Absolutely not. All the vans are blue, not white. The lack of information, adding information to it. Moving on to our next one. There are more blue cars. There are more blue cars than blue vans. Answer is no. You can clearly see here there are 15 blue cars and 20 more blue cars. No. There are more red cars. There are more red cars than red vans. Of course, yes. Do we see here now? Red cars, there are 15 red cars here and there are no. So answer is no, yes, no, no, yes. Easy peasy. Right, so do we see here now? No, yes, no, no, yes. Easy peasy. Right, let's do another one quickly. Okay, here we go. Right, moving on to my next question now. Skinks and iguanas. Right, okay, so skinks and iguanas. Let's just quickly do one because I need to cover the other ones also. Skinks and iguanas. Right, okay, I need more space. Skinks and iguanas, so I've got lizards. Lizards, anything, one of the rules to remember is anything which is example, arrow goes to that somebody. Skinks goes from that example to this person. So do I have skinks and iguanas? Are different types of lizards. All Devasis are skinks. Devasi is an example of this one. All Devasis are skinks and all lizards are reptiles. All lizards are reptiles. So that means anything which happens here, which is a Devasi by the way, just that you know, anything which is here will be a reptile. No lizards are skinks. No. Answer is yes. There will be at least one lizard because it's a part of it. No lizards are skinks. I can't go backward. Ready? So number one. So no lizards are skink. Answer is no. There are some lizards who could be skinks. All Devasis are reptiles. All Devasi are reptiles. As I said to you, this Devasi is a part of the reptile thing. Right. Answer is yes. Ready? Because you see Devasis are here, it is part of the whole thing, and this whole thing belongs to the reptile family. No Devasis are iguanas. Ready? We agree. Divasis and iguanas. Divasis are, yes, we agree. Divasis are skinks, right? Some reptiles are skinks. Reptiles? Yes, of course. So in this case, some reptiles are skinks, right? Reptiles belong to this one. All skinks are divasis. I can't go backward against the arrow. Remember the rule. I can't go backwards against the arrow. Done. Finito. So we got no, yes, 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 no. Easy peasy. So we got no, yes, yes, no. Brilliant. 2 marks. So no matter what you do, this should be your foremost strength. So that's how we end up cracking a syllogism-based question, which is just a normal question. Ready? Okay. So going back to, let's go back to the navigator. Which one do we pick now? So we're back on the other one, which is, so I've done syllogisms, the basic style of question. Now let's see if we can hit Venn diagram question. Ready? Okay. Or should we hit, all right. Let's hit a Venn diagram question. Is there any Venn diagram question here now? Right, so here we go. So let's bin this one here now. Now, a Venn diagram has altogether 5 styles of questions. This is what you need to remember. A Venn diagram first style of question is what is in front of you splashed on the screen. Right, in which he's giving me a number-based question that is given to you. So how do you read it now? It's not about speed reading. How do you read it? You don't bother reading any of this thing. You straight away attack this. You don't bother reading the key. You straight away attack this. Based on diagram, how many jewelry pieces have gold? So now how you're reading it is you straight away read this and you try to you try to verbalize gold. You don't say gold. You say how many jewelry pieces have arrow? How many jewelry pieces have rectangle? So I need arrow, rectangle, and heart. Arrow, rectangle, heart, 75. That's the only thing I've got here now. So do I have anything overlap between arrow, rectangle, and heart? 75 it is. So that's what we've got. So arrow, rectangle, heart, ignore the rest. So I'm just looking at arrow, rectangle, heart, overlapping of all of them. There's only one number staring at me, 75. Option D. There it is. It is D. Ready? Again. That's the first style of question. Now moving on to our next style of question. Again, I see here is a very similar one. I don't bother, as I said to you, don't bother reading all of this. Don't bother reading the key straight away. Attack this part here and try to verbalize in this way. Right. How many 2BHK? How many dotted were built? I need an overlap of dotted. I need an overlap of diamond. I want outside the dotted rectangle. So I want overlap of circle and the diamond outside the rectangle. So you're just trying to verbalize it. Outside the rectangle, this one, do I have 102 is the only number I see here. It just becomes so easy because the brain doesn't understand 2PHK. You need to give the right instructions to the brain. So I've got in here dotted, then I've got diamond outside the rectangle. I've given my brain the instructions, my brain will spit out the answer at me. Answer is 102. No two ways about it. Easy peasy. Now, do you see how quickly, option C it is, how quickly we're able to do it? So that was a simple question. Right, let's see another one now. Now comes another, let's bin it. What we've got. Righty, okay. Now, this is another style of question. Now, once we get this sort of a question where, this is my second style, where I need to identify which is the Venn diagram. Now, this in here, we use something called elimination strategy. It is not about finding the right answer. It's about finding the wrong answer, eliminating it. Ready? Now, first and foremost, when you read something like that, where the information is given to you, you read from left to right. Yes, you heard me right. You read from left to right, or another way, from inside out. You read from the inside, then keep on going outside. Even when you are to compute or draw the Venn diagram, you figure out what's the inside, inside, then you go to the outside, then you go to the outside, then you go to the outermost side. So you go from inside to outside. In this case, I'm going from left all the way to the right. Next, I'm using the strategy which is elimination. Oopsie, let's bin whatever I got. So left to right is what I'm reading. So I've got here, there are 10. So I'm reading the last bit of information. 10 are going to take geography and history. Of these, 5 want to take art as well. So I'm looking at, there should be a commonality of 10 in something. And out of, for example, this is there. I'm looking at a commonality of 10. Out of this, there should be 5 and 5. 10 has to be split into 5 and 5. In this case, this is out. Option A is out. So I hope you see, because he's saying I need a commonality of 10. Right, but out of the 10 there should be 5 and 5. So option A is out. Right, so if I look at the remainder one, so if I look at this one, so what do I have? B is good, C is good, D is also out. So I've eliminated A and D, leaving me with simple one, which is B and C. Ready? Okay, so moving on. So I've eliminated A. I'm left with only, just in case you don't get confused, option has to be B or C. Right, okay. And read for another information. Any one of them has to be, unpick the smaller number out of 12, 20 and 20. I'm picking the smaller number 12. 20, 20 could be anything, 12. Has to be B and C. In which case, one circle, one bubble here needs to be equal to 12. This is 20, this is 20, this is 17, this is 20. Answer is no. B is out. Option is C. Do we see here? Done. Option C here now. In the C, I didn't even bother concluding whether C is the right answer. I convincingly, you just need to eliminate 3 options. Fourth, whichever will be left over, you don't need to verify. That's where many people do it. They try to verify, is fourth my answer or not? So option C it is. Righty? Okay, let's choose C. Right. Option C it is. Boom, C it is, right? So one more time, so what do? I compute from inside out, which is read from right to left. Next, number 1. Number 2, you compute, you find out how much is on the, even if you're doing otherwise, hopefully we bump into a question in, you go from inside, keep going outwards and outermost, right? Okay, so I've got 10, out of which 5. So I need a combination of 5, 5, 5, 5. Do I have the last D, A and D eliminated? Using elimination strategy. Out of B and C, then I pick another number. 20, 20, I pick 12. Smaller number, easy to compute. So one of the bubbles should add up to make 12. I've not been given which is geography, history or art, but I know one of them should add up to 12. So do I have this is 20? Do I have this is 17? Do I have this is 20? Boom. No. Option has to be C. I eliminated A, B and D. Option has to be C. Ready? Moving on to my next question. Let's see if you can get another question. Righty? Okay. Right. There are 27 people in the club. How many male children are there? 27 more people. Oh, that's another two-way table. Is what I'm going to do this one here now. 27 people club. So we've got adults and children. I've got males and females. Easy peasy. 27 people in the club. Everything should add up to make 27. There are 3 more females. There are 12 of the adults are. So 12 of the 16 adults are this one. That means 12 of the 16, this is 16, mind you, this is 16, this has to be 11. There are 3 more males and females. X plus 3 equals 27, so 3, 24. So do I have 2x? 12. So, okay, you could have done this in your head. Let's suppose there are 3 more males and females. So males would be x plus 3, you could have done this in your head, so that ends up becoming, you do the maths, 2x equals 24, that means 2x equals 24, right? That means, what do I have? Altogether, x is equal to 12, x is equal to 12, that means x plus 3 would be 15, right? Okay, what do we want? How many male children are there in the club? Oh, 12, 3. So do I have 12 plus 3 is equal to 15. How many male children? So do I have 3 is the answer. Option A. Right, no other fancy way. This is the fastest way you could do it. There we go. Right, look at that. He's done it in a dummy way. Sorry, apologies. I find it lame. There's faster ways of doing UCAT compared to what Medify Med-Entry say. Right, okay, so here we go again. Let's take another type of, so that was another style of question. There are 5 styles of questions altogether. This is another style of question. Again, this is more important. You do not read this bit next, number 1. If you've seen this circle represents don't useless, do not start. It's all about finding out which of the following statements is true. This is most of the time a speed bump. Right, you could do by skipping this, not dumping it. This is doable question, skipping it, not dumping it. Ready? Now, in this case, you need to just eliminate. Right, this is what I call the lucky and unlucky strategy. Number 1. Number 2, we're not going to be geeks. We are going to follow, because